A paradise with a perpetual problem for illegal dumping. Efforts have been made to stiffen fines for those caught, but the problem persists. Hafaday, welcome to the Hub. I'm Nick Delgado. Before taking you out to one Dedo neighborhood where illegal dumping is occurring, I want to address a litter bug caught on our cameras during the last episode here on the Hub. Here's the video. This was recorded around 9:45 a.m. Tuesday, April 16th at the Harmon Loop intersection. An excited passenger in a silver Mazda sedan gestures at the camera before tossing a piece of trash out of the car window. It falls onto the road. Several of you reached out hoping to get this addressed. So, if you recognize the silver Mazda license plate OR3432, or if you're the driver of this car, you know the right thing to do. While that may seem like a small violation to some, to others it becomes a bigger problem. That's what had us visiting a Dedo neighborhood where a man was fined for illegal dumping and was ordered to pay up and clean up. The mess, however, remains and now serves as an invite for others to just dump their trash there as well. In the middle of a residential neighborhood along Chendia Street, this eyesore, tires dumped on the side of the road near a bus stop where children play as they wait for their ride to school. Residents here like Pedro Blas are fed up, saying it needs to be cleaned up now.
The mayor been cleaning this, but every night, every other night, they dump again there.
How long has this been a problem? Since the storm?
Yeah, since after the storm.
What's your message to the leaders because of all this illegal dumping?
Well, make sure they give the mayor money so they can clean this thing up because it's a mess, man.
Yep.
It's a mess, man. That's all. But
Thanks.
we're trying to help too, but I cannot do it because I never throw anything around there. In fact, I bought 20 tires to the rats because I cannot dig the dirt down because they're all rocks.
So you're trying to help clean it up too?
Yeah. But
Wow.
I cannot take all of that.
Another resident who goes by the name Dal is also frustrated that a no dumping sign put up was removed and not the trash.
We told the mayor about it, and I guess they know who's dumping there, but I don't know what. They just told us that there's no place that they're gonna dump the tires. So, some people still dump. Look at that bed was just dumped there again. So, I don't know what's going on. When is it gonna be cleaned up? And there's kids around here that plays. And it's so sad that, they see that and they get hurt. That's the thing. I hope they take care of it soon.
And you said this has been going on since after Mawar.
Yes, it's been since Typhoon Mawar. It happened.
Neighbors directed us a few steps up the street to the man who was allegedly dumping his tires. Hello. We got word from residents about illegal dumping happening down here. The tires and are you familiar with that area?
Sorry?
Are you familiar with the tires that were dumped down at the road here?
Yeah, I saw tires over there.
Do you know who's dumping that?
No, I don't know.
George Cardona denied having anything to do with it. So that's been there since after the typhoon. But you don't know who left the tires and
idea.
everything? But it's still there. FEMA didn't clean it, right?
That's what they say.
It was after our interview with him, KUAM got a copy of the notice of violation that Guam EPA issued to Cardona back in December of 2022. GIPA officials confirming he was again issued 3 litter citations last August. Now residents hope shining a spotlight here will result in this eyesore finally being removed. Now, Guam law is clear. Littering is illegal, and your first offense could run you a $200 ticket. The second, $300, and $500, and you get the point. If you've got a problem you think we should look into here on the Hub, you can email us reporters@kuam.com or DM us on social at KUAM News. And remember, August 3rd is your time to decide the leaders of our island. Next up, a longtime mayor of a northern village is stepping down. Keep it locked. This is the Hub. Welcome back to the Hub. It's the second largest village
in the island, and the population is big. Dedo, the village, a major residential and commercial center. And after this year, Dedo will be saying bon voyage to their mayor of the past 2 decades.
Melissa Tavares served 20 years as Dedo's mayor and 4 years as vice mayor. And after leading her village, she's now hanging up her hat and passing the torch. And she already knows who she is backing as her successor.
I feel that the vice mayor is ready. He's very well knowledgeable about what's going on in the village, and he's actually stepped up and very instrumental in all of the decisions made here at the mayor's office. And so, of course, it's an election year for us, and at the beginning of this term, I actually got into an accident and that kept me down for about 2 months. And so, working with him virtually during that time, it was like a crash course. But he really stepped up and is very responsible and responsive to our people's needs. And when I saw that, I said, it's time, over the years, it's time for us older ones to step aside and let the younger generation take over. They're ready, and it's really about the camaraderie that we have with all our various partners, from government agencies to nonprofit organizations and all of our volunteer communities. They continue to come together to work with us to make sure that our community gets what we need.
A couple of voters we spoke with also have this to say to the candidates.
I've seen a lot of potholes, man, that they haven't done anything yet, especially out here, down here. There's a smashing through, even public works doing that. I don't know. Yeah.
Anything else? Safety, crime?
Safety, we need a traffic light out here, because it's very hard to come out, especially in the morning. Like the traffic is jammed, so you have to wait. You have to go down first and make a U-turn. We need a traffic light out there,
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
Simple request.
Yeah.
What's your message to whoever wins to become the next mayor? What's your message?
Yeah, well, at least to do something about what I'm saying, what I said.
And what would you say to Mayor Tavares after 20 years of leading the village?
She did pretty good already. She did a good job. Yeah, she did a good job.
I'd like more security for the neighborhoods, like maybe police patrolling every night.
More often.
Yes, more often.
How often do you see police patrolling?
I can't say.
Almost never.
Yeah, I like my family to feel safer. That's all I want. For me, the speed bumps and the roads is like, we can avoid it. There's ways to avoid it, but when you cannot sleep. My mom, sometimes she can't sleep at night because she hears the dogs barking or whatever, and then she's like, hey, lock the gates, lock whatever.
And a lot of stray animals, stray dogs, I hear is a problem for this neighborhood.
Yeah, I think security is the most important.
2 candidates are each running to be the next mayor and vice mayor of the village. Tavares wants them to know.
First of all is, be humble. Ask God for strength every day before you come to work, to keep you safe also. And having, God in your heart and knowing that He's there looking over us and keeping us safe, it makes our job easier to take care of our people. Taking care of the needs, making sure that people are safe in our community is our priority. And then, of course, planning programs, making sure that you have a vision on what kinds of programs or activities that you can have for the community. And sometimes it's just working with other partners who bring the programs to the village and just making sure that they have access to our residents, and as long as it provides safety and welfare of for safety and welfare of our people.
July 18th is the last day to register to vote for the August primary. Next on The Hub, mayors of Guam and the CNMI gather to talk regional issues. That's next. Keep it here. Welcome back to the Hub. Recently, Mariana's mayors met on Saipan to discuss regional issues, and our Tomas Manglotnia gives us a look back at those regional talks.
Well, Tom, they are concerning. We sent out a letter about 3 weeks ago in regards to the airline fare for United. There was a response from Mr. Shinihara. That will be some of the items that we wanted to discuss. The other one is the visa waiver program for Guam and the cinema for the Republic of the Philippines. That's another item that we discussed in our previous meetings inside in Guam. And we have Mr. Former Governor Gutierrez from GBA to shed light on that, where they at now, and what can the organization come up with to support the visa waiver program for Guam City.
And why is it important? Why are those important issues for people of your constituents of Tini?
Well, one of the things is we're trying to build tourism capacity para cinema in Guam. And I know in Guam there is a bigger population in terms of the Filipino community. Also in the cinema we do have a thriving and very helpful in our community, so the Filipino community. And we want them to have access to family and hopefully build that into tourism, so then they can go freely back and forth from the Philippines to the cinema.
So we want to continue the collaboration and the discussions of what really started from our AMIM meeting last November. And so it's really to partake regarding inter-island transportation, regarding sister city partnerships, as well as seeing how we can streamline the transportation via boat between Guam and Rota. This is a conversation that we've started, and we'd like to see how we can further push this topic through. Well, we sent out a letter to the ports manager, Mr. Roy Respicio, to see how we can expound on that and streamline on some of the issues that we brought up in regards to recreational and commercial boaters. And we also want to try to find some sort of solution or compromise to assist. One of the things that we talked about with a lot of our visitors on Guam is the high cost of transportation, airline transportation, and so they are interested also into looking how they can charter boats between Guam to Rota and travel that way and incorporate fishing and touring around the island via the water. And so that's something that we're trying to look into. And
First thing, as a mayor for this municipality, we have pressing issues here. And working together with Guam mayors, and my top priority to seek help from these Guam mayors is how can we help each other? Because we have a situation on Tinian, Saipan, Rota on this medical referral. And we're on financial constraint, and with this collaboration, teamwork, and this association, I think it's possible. There's two mayors already that I approached, and is willing to help us. Because I came across with an issue in Guam, the patients, that times only they take into the appointment, but to go to the store to get their food, it's in question. So I'm seeking the assistance of the mayors. How can they help us, assist us on these medical matters? So those are the things, and the other thing is, what can we come up with this on local matters issues? As the mayor, mayors is the front line on every municipality. So how can we all connect each other and entertain this concern? Just like one is promoting farming. How can we export our crops? Yes, I understand that wood crops are allowable, but how about cucumber, eggplants, and other crops? How can we have access to Guam?
As always, with our association, this is for all our sister islands here in the Marianas. And we do promote One Marianas. We're all sister islands, and so we are all concerned about the same things, and we're hoping to accomplish what we can together as one.
And it sounds like travel and the inter-island travel and the Philippine visa waiver are probably one of the largest topics on the agenda today?
That's one of them, but yes, and of course it's because many of our sisters and brothers they have families. We're all right next door to each other. We all want to help each other out, and so travel is very important. Transportation. So anything we can do to help get goods to one another is greatly appreciated.
Keep it here on the Hub. Next, we speak with Guam Election Commission on what you need to know ahead of the primary. You're watching the Hub. So many dates to keep up with, but the important thing to remember is July 18th, the last day to register to vote for the primary, and August 3rd, that's primary day. We appreciate your time. Thanks for being here with us for another episode of The Hub. I'm Nick Delgado. Here's this week's check-in with the Guam Election Commission. Stay safe. Half a day, Tom.
Half a day, Nick.
So next week is May 3rd. It's the deadline for candidates to file their packets, but there's still a lot of things that both candidates and the voters should know between now and then.
Oh yes, yes. So we are continuing to prepare for the 2024 elections, and part of that preparation is we are continuing to accept candidate packets. The GEC would like to remind all candidates who have yet to file their packets that the deadline for the primary election is on May 3rd, 5 p.m. So we also like to remind our candidates, along with filing their packets, that we do require 3 clearances: a police clearance, a court clearance, and a U.S. District Court clearance. And then the offices up for the election are your mayors and vice mayors, your members of the Guam legislature, and the delegate to the House of Representatives.
And with that deadline, it's very strict. It's not a deadline to get your packets in and then make corrections.
Yes, that's correct. So you must file your packet on May 3rd, 5 p.m. Yeah.
What are some other important information you think that the voters out there should know? I mean, I'm sure they have deadlines to register.
Yes. So we like to take this opportunity to encourage our residents who are not yet registered to come out and register to vote. The deadline for registration for the primary election is on July 18th. And so since it is a mayoral election, we also like to remind our voters who are registered outside of their voting district that the July 18th deadline is also the deadline to transfer your voting district.
How has it been this election cycle for the GEC with regard to making the preparations and having both the candidates and voters come in?
Oh, it's been exciting. We're getting a lot of interested calls from candidates interested in running, and also a lot of voters are calling, inquiring about how they can register and where they can register. So you can register at your mayor's offices, at the Department of Motor Vehicles, online at the GEC website, and of course here at the GEC's main office.
I know this year there might be some changes with regard to the polling sites for voters because there are some school closures, correct?
Yes, the GEC is exploring, is still looking at other options for polling sites, but the public will be notified if there are any changes.
Okay,
yes.
So we're not there yet?
No, we're not there yet.
Okay, any other changes that we can expect to this election cycle though?
No,
not yet?
Not yet.
All right,
Yeah.
and what about, say for instance, for the voters, if they've moved from one village to another, they have to also make sure that they're registered with that certain district?
Yes, and again, the deadline to transfer your voting district is on July 18th.
Okay. Anything else for the candidates before we wrap up this interview?
No, right now.
That's it?
Yeah, that's about it.
May 3rd. May 3rd is the important date?
Yes, May 3rd is the important date. 5 p.m. May 3rd.
Yeah, right. Get all those candidate packets in, because if you have anything in there that's an error, it will not be accepted.
We just want to ensure that all packets are complete by May 3rd, 5 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Complete and correct, if you can,
Complete
right?
and correct by 5 p.m.
And again, if you see these voter registration signs out and about, you can also see the QR code that they have right here, and it'll bring you to the website on the gec.guam.gov with everything else that you need to know for both voters and for candidates. Thank you, Tom, for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.